Hello, and welcome back to Truth Talks that will change your life forever. If you truly want to change into a better version of yourself and learn the pathway for developing the actual ability to will that change to be more helpful and respectful to all others, then please join on a trip into you. Our entire physical world, the actual reality we live and function within, is unconsciously being overrun by a spreading disease, a disease I discovered in me and identified eventually as selfism. Selfism, the disease of self-concern. Selfism has been around since the dawning of self-awareness, and it does attack every lost soul on earth. The main focus in its arsenal has been unbridled, uncontrolled, unconscious, unbalanced, unholy thinking and acting, and has been totally misunderstood and wrongly defined since the beginning of self-awareness. This confusion outside a person's mind has distorted and clouded everything inside that individual's personal perspective. Selfism and its countless, infinite me-first realities is the central theme and main focus during our Truth Talks. When we finish our time together, you will clearly understand and fully comprehend how and why this plague on mankind has caused every problem and every difficulty for each lost soul on earth, past, present, or future. When we finish our time together, you will want to do better and want the will for doing the right thing in order to be happy during each moment of your life. As human beings began the transition from a total physical mindset into a more cognizant awareness that humanity was special and different from that animal herd mind, this instinctual primitive drive for self-concern and for survival above all things and at all costs remained an inherent trait. This innate desire for self-preservation has retained an unconscious physical hold on the subconscious mind of every soul since the beginning of mankind's metamorphosis from the herd-minded physical animal state and into a more enlightened human species, all the while slowly developing an awareness of others and other places and other things. Because of an unconscious hold, the primitive animal instinct for self-preservation by any means and by any way became deeply ingrained and cleverly hidden in the confusion and distortions propagated within the collective unconscious closed-mindedness of all mankind. This collective view influences every person's physical view on the outside world, and this view has been totally plagued by this well-hidden disease of selfism. Consequently, selfism has distorted, clouded, and condemned the collective herd mind to be wrong. Selfism is the main source of wrong thinking and evil actions, and the collective mind herd of mankind blindly propagates a self-centered view of the world outside the windows of your mind, and that your view is absolutely and unequivocally correct because of this selfish point of view. Because that collective mind has been unconsciously programmed and is continuously conditioned to be wrong and potentially evil from the very beginning of mankind's collective unconscious herd mind beginning, humanity therefore keeps making the same old mistakes over and over and over and over again. As humanity began to emerge and develop within this collective herd mind, our foundation for future thought and deed was flawed and absolutely wrong from the very beginning of our time together as a human species. And because we could not shake, or better put, could not recognize or self-recognize the physical hold for self-preservation on our daily lives, self-concern remains a primal instinct and influences each of us to use any way and any means to achieve personal goals. As self-preservation morphed into self-concern, every lost soul became addicted to the me-first reality, and the disease of selfism became safely and unconsciously protected within each of us. Selfism has caused all the selfish mistakes on mankind down throughout history. Hence, we keep repeating the same old mistakes over and over and over again. During our truth talks, my only intention is to help you get the want and the will to break the evil grip past mistakes have had on present now moments. At the end of our journey together, you will be better at making present now moments into better future moments. Our quest will take us into areas that have been deeply etched and embedded into your psyche and have become solidly implanted into your mind and heart, and may be hard and extremely difficult for you to face these memories at times. But be patient, and I will truthfully try to help you understand the need for you to do the right thing, drawing every beat of your heart and drawing every tick of your mind clock in order to break from these past mistakes. When a person truly considers how much time is wasted on worthless daily endeavors and by unconscious physical addictions, the price for the trip into discovering you is fairly cheap. If you slow down your thinking for just a few minutes in order to closely examine how much time you truly waste each day, which you must admit is an actual truth and indisputable reality, you should be willing to set aside and sit down and listen and try to understand how and why you should and could be happy all the time. By beginning now, you try to clear all past thoughts as best you can. And with an open mind and an unlocked heart, you will gradually begin to want to understand why, what, when, where, how, and most importantly, who you are at this present moment in time. You should want to know the person who occupies the space you exist within. I will get you to recognize your real, true value, or better put, self-recognize reality's method of determining personal self-truth. Self-discovered self-truth will guide and light your pathway throughout all life's choices, and your increasing self-enlightenment will not let unconscious self-preservation blind and distort the universal truth behind accepting personal responsibility. Because God's cosmic truth rules are actual common universal reality, every unique lost soul must learn to balance their self-centered me-first world or reality within the scope and range of the real world, when an enlightened soul finally realizes this self-truth, actual reality becomes easier to understand, and the actual meaning and purpose, true purpose of being who you are, is quietly revealed by that strong, persistent inner voice, which since the beginning of humanity has been suppressed by the loud, consistent blare from the collective unconscious mind herd. Thank you for your precious time, and until we meet again, Godspeed.